Thanks for joining us for another edition of Weekend Winners. Harness racing at Albion Park on Saturday night. 10 races, early start as well. 4:49 start time for race 1, and it's APG race night. The 2-year-old features races 4 and 5. The 4-year-old feature is race number 7. So it's a big program coming our way this weekend. In this edition of Weekend Winners, I plan on catching up with Pete McMullen and Shane Graham. Pete McMullen joins us, and he's got a good book of drives each and every week at Albion Park on a Saturday night, and this week is no exception. He joins us now. Pete, appreciate the time.
No worries, Chris.
May wins best in the opener here on Saturday night. This is the opener. He was first up last week. He led up, and he was overpowered late by Wrangler. The run was very, very good.
Yeah, he was, considering his first up, and Wrangler had the cold shot on him, and only got him the last little bit. He really sort of fought hard, and he only just went down.
He's not getting any younger, but I'm sure everyone involved with May Wins Best would have been thrilled with that return to racing. So there's got to be a lot more improvement still to come.
Yeah, definitely. He's just been a super old horse, and it's sort of great to have him back at the track and to race him. And I think with a bit of fitness, we can probably keep the tempo a little more even, and make it a little bit harder to catch.
Are you confident you can clear those to your inside, both Famous Short and Lilac Flash?
I'm not super confident, but given the way the horse races, I think everyone's sort of be happy to sort of take a sit on him and follow him and take the last shot at him.
And what about those to your outside, in particular underworked and no win, no feed? Is there any chance that they can clear you?
I don't think so. He has got pretty good gate speed, and obviously those horses have been racing down south, and a little bit hard to line up their gate speed, but I still believe that Queensland has sort of the best gate speed in Australia, so I think we'll be okay.
Okay. He looks a terrific chance, so I'm sure he's going to race well again. May Wins Best. That's race number 1. Will the Wizard in race 2? Since the Chariots of Fire, he's been back in Queensland. Tell me, what happened last week?
Yeah, to be honest, I think he's just looking for the mile, which he gets this week. Last week, over the trip, he still ran a super mile, and just his last quarter was a little bit ordinary, but previous to that he had a trial over a mile. He was super happy with him there, and previous to that was a long distance race as well, and he was a little bit disappointing there as well. So I think this week back to the mile will make a big difference. Okay,
so as far as the preparation itself is concerned, there's been no bumps along the way. It's just 2,100 metre racing and bad barrier draws as well.
Yeah, I think he got a little bit revved up from them hard miles at McMullen, and since he's been back, he's probably wanted to go a little bit too hard, but which has probably been a bit of a detriment over the distance. But over the mile, it should still suit him, and fingers crossed he can bounce back.
Okay, he's got gate 5. Where do you yourself been going into that first turn?
Yeah, it's a little bit tricky. He's got a little bit of speed to his inside there, and obviously down in form, it could be a bit iffy whether or not he's got as much respect as what he had sort of before he went away.
Okay, Taruna Bromax, an interesting runner here. John and Narelle McCarthy in town. This guy's got barrier 1, so he's going to be an interesting horse to watch out for.
Yeah, definitely.
Okay, let's move across to race number 6 here, and you're driving Feel the Rain. He backs up from Tuesday, had a tough trip on Tuesday, and he's got a tough draw here on Saturday night. Any expectations?
Oh, not at this stage. I just have to wait and see how he sort of is after that run Tuesday. He probably didn't race up to scratch, so you have to wait and see if he probably goes around. He's still up in the air a little bit.
Okay. Race 7, this is the Group 2 4-year-old APG feature. You were down for both a Rainbow Delight and Adam Crocker. You have opted for Adam Crocker. How tough a choice was that in the end?
That was actually, a super hard sort of choice. I sort of, I love a Rainbow Delight. She's been a super little man to us, and Adam Crocker's, new to the stable. It just sort of came down to in the end, I sort of thought, I'd probably suit Adam Crocker a little bit more than I do Rainbow Delight. So that was the reason sort of behind the choice. But I think both horses run a super race. Yeah,
they both won their heats. And in their own right, they were both impressive. The fact that they've landed front row draws, it's a big plus for this race.
Yeah, definitely. Both sort of go forward horses and good gate speed. So a little bit interesting to see how they line up, obviously, in separate heats. And see how they match up with gate speed and that. But yeah, pretty excited for that race.
Okay, Adam Crocker, he's an interesting horse in many ways. He's well related and he showed very good ability winning that local run here, his first local run. He's still on a fairly loose mark as well, so you've got plenty of room to work with him.
Yeah, I think that's a big plus for this guy. He's he's obviously got a good bit of ability, and to get him on such a sort of low mark, he's going to be a little bit of fun.
Yeah, no doubt about it. But they both look terrific chances. A Rainbow Delight, are you happy with the way she's come through her heat?
Yeah, she seems really well. We're happy going into it, and everything's sort of spot on with her. So couldn't be happy with the pair of those.
All right, Lombo Heaven in race 8. He was really impressive 2 starts ago. What did you make of the effort last week?
No, I was super happy with him again last week. The race probably wasn't run a suit, and he was out the back, and he actually hit the line super. So he's really sort of stepped up his game the last sort of month or so, and keeps backing up well and feeling really good, and so expecting a pretty good race again. Okay,
it's just a tricky draw. You've got speed to your inside. It could be a little bit of a trap race, this one, for him.
Yeah, that's the only problem, and hopefully he can sort of get a good spot nice and close. If not, it could be a little bit tricky.
All right, Double or Nothing. You know this guy. You're back behind him on Saturday night in race 9. Last week he was terrific, and the sectionals back it up.
Yeah, he's been racing probably better than what his form reads. His splits have been super week in, week out, and he just needs to get the perfect sort of run into it, and I'm sure he'll be fine the line good.
This race looks like it's going to generate good tempo, so that's going to help you.
Yeah, that's what he needs. He sort of needs to probably race and run a little bit upside down, just so he can sort of be in the best possible position without doing too much work.
All right, well, that's Double or Nothing. The last race on Saturday night for the mares here over the mile, and you've got gate 7 with Adrenaline Rush. Is this too tall an order for her?
Yeah, possibly a hard gate, but she is racing better than the form, and she just kind of needs a nice little suck along, and if she gets that, she'll be definitely thereabouts. Yeah,
she is going to win one of these races, but it may not come this weekend, given that bad draw.
Yeah, definitely.
Yeah. Okay, so what's the pick of your drives on the weekend?
I'm going to stick with Will the Wizard. I think he could possibly bounce back and show how good he really is.
Okay, well, that's a good push there. Race 2, number 5, Will the Wizard. Pete, as always, appreciate the time. We'll see you trackside.
No worries, thank you.
Shane Graham joins us to go through his book of drives on Saturday night. He's got a number of good chances on paper, it seems, and he's in the hot seat now. Shane, appreciate the time.
Yeah, no worries, Chris.
Cardles from Heaven, race 1. He's drawn off the second row, but hopefully this race will generate plenty of pressure.
Yeah, it looks like, looking at the field, he's probably a step up in class, but he seems to be a horse that follows the tempo, and, he's always finishing off well, so if he gets a nice little cosy trip there, sort of up close and handy, I'm sure he won't disgrace himself.
Yeah, recent form's pretty strong, but as you said, it is probably another step up what he faces this weekend.
Yeah, that's right. It's probably, it's probably one of his toughest races, but, those horses that can follow speed, it doesn't, they never disgrace themselves.
Okay, race number 4 on Saturday night. This is the Gold Bullion Fillies final. Harley Blue is your drive. She was last in the field of 7 last week in the heat behind Cat King Cole. Can she turn it around? Can she finish top 4?
I don't think so. You'd like to hope so on that. She's still learning, and she's sort of still working it all out about racing. So I'm sure every run she'll get better. But I think it's a bit of a tough ask.
Okay, race 5, as far as the Colts Geldings final is concerned. You're with I Am Sparta. He's won 2 from 4. Both times he's won, he's looked ultra impressive. Both times he's been beaten, he's been safely held. What can we expect this weekend?
Yeah, well, it looks like he goes good, bad, so we're due for a good, so let's hope that's how it goes.
You would have been disappointed with the barrier draw. You would have been hoping for a frontline draw because he seems like he's a different horse when he's in front.
Yeah, that's right. When these 2-year-olds, they're pretty even mob, barriers are everything, and you would have thought, he drew backline last week. Surely this week you wouldn't do it again, but that's what we've been dealt with. So we've got to do what we've got to do.
All right. In your opinion, from the heat last week, who went better? Was it My Ultimate Levi or Leap to Fame?
Probably on the clock. My Ultimate Levi was probably the run of the race where he come from. In saying that, the leader, Leap to Fame, he looks like he's pretty nice little 2-year-old. So those two you know, they're the hardest two in it, I reckon.
Yeah, this is going to be a good race on Saturday night.
Yeah, especially the way the barrier draws, you know, come. You know, like Mulder Levi's drawn inside of the other blokes, so they'll be able to work forward. But yeah, it'll be interesting.
All right, race 6, Harps is your drive here. Unplaced last week, but sectionally I still thought he was good, and he draws nicely here in gate 2. Do you give him any sort of hope?
Yeah, I think so. He was, like you said, he wasn't far from disgrace last week, and first up he went well, and I think that was the night it was on the wet track, so he was good first up, so I can't see why he won't go good from the good draw.
2 times better looks the horse. That's going to generate plenty of interest here. Coming up from Sydney, her form looks good, but she's got a tricky draw the inside of the second row, but she looms as the horse to beat though, doesn't she?
Yeah, for sure. You know, you've got to respect the interstate horses when they come up, especially coming from an angle, you know, but like you said, the inside the second line's not probably the best of draws, so you know, but we just need her to have a bit of bad luck and us to have a bit of good luck, so we'll see how we go.
All right, well, that's Harps in race 6. Race 7, another feature for the APG on Saturday night. You've picked up the drive on Toanui's Spirit, a mare that does have early speed. She draws nicely. Is she a top 4 hope here?
Yeah, I think so, you know, like in the heat, I know it was against her own sex, but she sort of didn't get beaten too far and kept trying behind Pete's horse, so you know, if she can just get a nice little suck along there somewhere, you know, I'm sure she'll be in there.
All right, looks like there's going to be a bit of pressure early here, in particular from the Turpin runners. They're both go-forward horses, a Rainbow Delight and Adam Crocker, but as you said, if you can posse up nice and handy, that's going to be a good thing for you.
Yeah, that's right, you know, like ideal scenario, if we can sort of lob 1-1 or something, that would be perfect.
All right, which one do you think's going to be the hardest to beat out of Rainbow Delight and Adam Crocker out of the 2 heats?
Probably just from the barrier draw, Rainbow Delight, because she'll be on the front end, you know, and she can cut a good mile in front. So if you can run a good mile in front, you know, you're always hard to beat at Albion Park.
All right, race 8, you're down to drive the Democrat for Narella McCarthy. He's been here before, the Democrat. This is a race that's certainly not out of his reach, and he's got a nice little draw.
Yeah, actually, I'm not driving him, actually, Chris. I'm on My Ultimate Star in that race.
Okay, right.
I had dual nominations there, so John's going to drive the Democrat and I'll drive My Ultimate Star.
Okay, My Ultimate Star backs up from Tuesday, and he was beaten narrowly behind With the Band, just going down in the shadows of the post, and his run was good, sectionals were excellent.
Yeah, that's right. He, you know, first up, so I'm sure he seems like a little horse with racing. He improves, so he just got pipped last on Tuesday, like you said, but he seems very honest and he's always thereabouts.
All right, trying to give you a bad steer there, but my blue there. Race 9, this is a good drive. Gleneagle Warrior, 2 off the second row, coming to Albion Park. Recent form is tremendous.
Yeah, that's right. He, you know, I've always liked him. He's been a favourite of mine, and I was real happy, even though he got beat last start. It was probably one of his better runs. You know, he was off the track and quick sectionals at Redcliffe, so it'll be interesting to see how he, you know, coming into Albion and that, but I'm sure the harder they go, the better will suit him. Okay,
are you aiming towards those Q-bred features with him?
Yeah, that's the plan with him, you know, like he should, you know, he'll probably race, I think it's on in 2 weeks from Saturday, so yeah, we'll just have those lead-up runs into it and then straight into that one.
Okay, the last race, Lily Maddie Mack, she's having her first Albion Park start. She was a first up third. That was at Redcliffe. What are you expecting here on the weekend?
Yeah, look, she was okay at Redcliffe first up. She needed the run and that, but she seems like she follows good speed, and you know, if she could get a good trip into her or something, I'm sure she'll run home well.
Okay, barrier 5. It can be a little bit tricky, just drawn in the centre there, but she does have early pace.
Yeah, she's got gate speed. You know, like it's hard to line up sort of the interstate gate speed to our local ones. You know, she does look like she does get off the gate good, but you know, I've driven 1 or 2 on the inside of us on Saturday night, and they also do. So we'll just have to play it by ear off the arm. But you know, if she feels all right, and we might go forward, but we'll just have to sort of go by feel on what we do there.
Okay, which drive are you looking forward to most on Saturday night?
Probably Gleneagle Warrior, just because he's one of my favourites.
Okay, we'll take the tip. Race 9, number 9. Shane, appreciate the time and good luck on the weekend.
No worries. Thanks, Chris.
A big thanks to both Pete McMullen and Shane Graham for their time. We wish them the best of luck on the weekend with their drives at Albion Park. Time now for a good gamble this weekend. I'm keen on the chances of race 8, number 8, Misterfreeze. This is going to be his 4th local run. He's been out of luck in each of the 3 runs so far. Looks perfect on paper, drawn to follow out the fast beginner Ragnar, who's fit in form, a winner last week. I think he sits on his back and gets him down late. So race 8, number 8, Misterfreeze, marking him the best bet on the weekend. And if you are gambling this weekend, don't chase your losses, walk away, gamble responsibly. We'll see you at Albion Park, 1st of 10 at 4:49.